There's some subjects out there that no matter how many times you tell people no, or the cruise line tells people no, it's not going to happen. That does not stop them from writing in a comment wanting it changed. The question's been asked, the answer's been given. No, we are not doing this. No, this is not going to change. Yet here they come week after week, and they continue to write the same thing. And maybe they changed the words. They still, of course, believe that everybody agrees with them. Everybody wants the same thing. But how many times does it have to go to a survey? How many times does the question have to be asked and answered before they get it in their heads that they are wrong? Well, since we are back with some similar questions, some similar answers, and some similar survey results, well, I guess they haven't reached that point yet. So here we go again. Good Friday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video, and welcome to some more daily survey results. And today we're going to be talking about Bibles. We're going to be talking about the cruise should serve me food, and we're going to be talking about I need 20 minutes in my cabin because I am diamond. Got to get in that entitlement from their loyalty level. Of course they do. We can't have a show without some loyalty entitlement. So let's jump right in. Let's find out. Are these people right? Are these people wrong? Are they speaking for you? Is this really what everybody wants? First up today, a cruise line cannot possibly put every single thing into a cabin that would make every single person out there happy. It's just not possible. But if there's one thing you know you need, you want, isn't on the ship, why would you simply not bring it with you instead of expecting the cruise line to provide it? And then when the cruise line doesn't provide it for you, you write in a comment claiming that every other cruise line out there does it, but you guys. And I have to ask, in the back of your mind, aren't you aware that that is just not true? Aren't you aware that people cruise other cruise lines and know the statement you're making is false? Well, apparently not, because you still end up with this. I am looking for the reason why Carnival does not put Bibles in the cabins. I have sailed every mainstream cruise line, and you are the only ones that do not do this. Why? And only 739 people agreed with that statement, while 20,752 said, I do not expect Carnival to put a Bible in my room. Now, they have sailed with every mainstream cruise line out there, and every single one of them puts a Bible in the cabin except for Carnival Cruise Lines. Now, I had to rack my brain and think to the other cruise lines I've sailed on. I've sailed on other mainstream cruise lines. I've been on Norwegian. I've been on Royal Caribbean. I've been on Princess. We've been on Disney cruise lines. And I even asked Tiffany, I said, hey, think back. In all of the cabins we have ever stayed in on different cruise lines, have you ever seen or found a Bible in your cruise cabin? And honestly, we cannot remember one single time on any cruise lines that we ever found one. That doesn't mean that there's not a cruise line out there who doesn't do it. Hotels do it, or at least they used to. But I am unaware of any cruise line that puts a Bible in every single cabin. Yet, according to this person, every mainstream cruise line does it, but Carnival Cruise Lines. And so, I could be wrong. I'm going to have to call that. That sure sounds like some BS to me, and you're just making that information up. But if you are an individual who wants to take your Bible with you on a cruise, which of course, if you want to, you should, that's your business, you do you, why would you simply not pack it in your bag so that you know you have it? Why are you depending on the cruise line to purchase all of these books, to put them in every single cabin, when the majority of people said they don't even want it there? Why does it make sense for the cruise line to spend that money for something the majority don't want and are not looking for when you could simply put it in your bag? Help me make that make sense. Why is that the cruise line's responsibility and not yours? Now we're going to hop over to the buffet area. And look, there's some people out there that remember during the restart of cruising where the crew served the food in the buffet. And there are lots of valid reasons out there why the crew should serve at the buffet. Okay. We've seen some of the people that go to the buffet, some of the things they do in the buffet line. So I 100% get while having the crew serve the food is actually really the better option for me anyway. At least I would know that some of these people didn't and were not given the opportunity to do what they do. And we know who we're talking about, the touchers, the lickers, the get some food and put it back people, the I didn't wash my hands and now I'm going to touch serving tongs people. They're on every cruise, they're on every ship. So I fully get why you would want the crew to serve the food. However, the cruise lines have already come back and said, we're not going to do that. Carnival has said, we are not going back to that. But is it really the majority of cruisers that want to go back to that? Is this going to be one of the times where maybe I am with the minority and not with the majority? 83% of our dream roll call voted for the crew to be the one serving food at the buffet. It should not be self-service any longer. And 2,945 people did agree with that statement, while 19,507 said, please keep the buffet self-service. Now, I'm not knocking their 83% of their dream roll call, but 25 million people are cruising every year. I doubt that's really a high percentage of people, but I digress because, like I said, for once, I kind of lean with the minority. Just from what I have seen with my own two eyes, other people do at the buffet line, yeah, my chances of getting norovirus, well, they go down if people aren't allowed to do whatever they want to do in the buffet line. So in this particular case, if I was given a choice to choose, like this survey, I would actually side with the minority and would like to have the crew serve the food. But of course, that's my personal opinion. I don't know that everybody out there agrees with that statement. According to the survey, they do not. The vast majority want to keep it self-service, and the cruise line agrees with the majority because Carnival has said, we are not going back to crew serve. And I'll also say, even though I would like to see it changed, I do not feel the need that I need to write the cruise line and ask this question multiple times a month because they've already given the answer of no. I already know the answer is no. Will that stop me from cruising? No. Will that stop me from eating in the buffet? No. Would I like to see it changed? Yeah. But that's not going to stop me from going on a cruise. But what do you guys think? Are you team self-service or are you team crew serve? And finally, another subject that comes up over and over again. This one actually comes up way more often. And this is those people that just cannot get the concept of you have the perk to drop your bag off in your cabin, then leave and come back at 1:30 when the cabin's ready on Carnival Cruise Lines. There always is somebody trying to get over. Always somebody saying, well, maybe you should give me some time. Maybe I should get this. I am Diamond. This should be something I should be allowed to do. But I'm never going to understand. Your cabin is not ready. It is still dirty. Why are you wanting to hang out in a dirty cabin so badly? Man, I don't get it. I just blows my mind that you're thinking to yourself, man, what I'd really like to do is get on the ship as soon as possible and then go into the bathroom and use the bathroom in a dirty bathroom that hasn't been cleaned yet. Why? I want to spend time in my cabin. Granted, it's someone's in there working on it and it's not clean, but I need to be there. Why? These are just the questions rattling around in my brain, especially when I read comments like this. Please consider giving Diamond guests a 20-minute leeway when we drop off our backpacks. We need 20 minutes to use the bathroom, freshen up, and sort ourselves out. This should be a perk for us. And 551 people did agree with that, while 17,209 people said, I do not agree. I understand that housekeeping team needs to finish preparing the cabin into the highest of standards. So help me make sense of this, okay? So you are a Diamond member, okay? So with Diamond, unless of course you're on a Journeys cruise, if you are Diamond, you are getting on the ship as early as possible. One of the very first ones to get on the ship if you choose to use your priority boarding. And at this point, first thing in the morning, basically, 10:30, 11 o'clock, you now have to go to the restroom. And apparently, there are no other restrooms available on that cruise ship anywhere other than the one in the cabin. But you need to be there for 20 minutes so you can freshen up, so you can get yourself together. But you are Diamond. You've been on so many cruises to reach that loyalty level. You have yet to figure out that there is a bathroom somewhere on the ship. You have yet to figure out how to freshen yourself up and sort yourself out. You have yet to figure it out that if that was so important to you, you could wait and get on the ship at 1:30, because then your cabin would be ready and you wouldn't be interfering with them getting them done. But instead, your solution is you need at least 20 minutes because you are Diamond to be in your dirty cabin, your dirty bathroom, so you can use the restroom and get yourself together. So help me out here. How does a blue card member, a red card member, a gold card member, and a platinum member manage to all get on the ship, all use the restroom, get themselves together, and freshen themselves up because they're not Diamonds getting this 20-minute perk? How does everybody else seem to manage to do it, but not you? But what do you guys think? Should they get a 20-minute window? Is it really that necessary? Is there just no other way that you could possibly prepare for your cruise if you just don't get a perk of at least 20 minutes in your dirty cabin? Better question, who wants to go down and hang out in a dirty cabin? Of all the things I've ever wanted to do on a cruise ship, hang out in dirty cabin has never been on the list. I like it when they say cabins are available and I go down there, my cabin's clean and ready. Then I could go to the bathroom in there all I want and it's clean. But I guess some people just want to use it while it's dirty. I don't know. And that is going to be our video for today. If you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.